gang? I'm back with another word, and I'm coming back at y'all with another prophetic word. And today's word is, your riches are different. And the way that God revealed this to me was through a dream of an old friend. The dream was, what I could remember is that I was on a bench just talking to my mom, and I was just showing her like my money, and I had a lot of money. And then I could see from, like, you know how you could see from like the side of your eye, and I could see her looking at my money, and she just looked guilty, like she looked shameful, like she looked very just shocked, you know what I'm saying, like shocked at the fact that I had all that money. And I was really wondering, and I was asking God, like, what does this dream mean? Like, you know, I'm not no sugar mama, so you know what I'm saying. And I'm just like, okay, like, calm it down, like, let's see what this actually means. And then he revealed it to me. You're angry at your riches because your riches are different. You know, your riches are joy, your riches are happiness, your riches are peace, your riches are things that come from God himself, from above, from the heavens. It's not materialistic riches, you get what I'm saying? So these are riches that you cannot buy. You just have to be able to receive it and just feel it. And that's basically why they're mad, because your riches are different. They feel guilty in a sense because they're just looking at you, and you know, they thought that they could kill, steal, and destroy you, you know, because they're agents of their father, Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's exactly what they thought. They thought that they could still kill and destroy you because of the fact that, you know, you were just that person. You were just so kind and so nice and just so sure about yourself, you know, even when you weren't in the phase that you wanted to be, and you were still giving, you were still kind, you were still genuine, you were still intentional about your intentions, you know, like your intentions were always pure. And they seen that, and it made them mad, because your riches are different. Your riches are from above. Your riches come from above, you know. God never forsakes us, and he gives us everything that we need. Meanwhile, these people are mad that their riches are materialistic things, and they're not being fulfilled inside. Like, they just feel empty, they just feel shameful, guilty. And this is why they still act the way they act, because of the fact that all of that just leads to them even worsening, you know. And the fact that they just look at you is like, they thought they could really like kill your soul and spirit. They thought that you wouldn't win the battle against them. They thought that you would just stay still, be who you were, because at that time you were a person who was struggling, you know, like deeply and sincerely struggling, just wanting adoration and validation and that acceptance. And the thing about it is that they loved when you struggled. Like, they actually got a high out of seeing you struggling. They felt like they were better than you. They felt like this person is just a dummy, this person is this, and in a negative light. They would see you in a negative light, that they saw your potential, but they wanted to downgrade your potential with the things that you were doing in the now, which was the things that you were doing before, failing classes, not showing up to school, whatever the case may be, you know, struggling mentally with your family, or whatever the case may be, struggling emotionally with your feelings and the way people treat you, you know. They seen it all, they seen it firsthand. So it's not like this person was a stranger. It'd be the people closest to you. They didn't think it would be a phase for you. They thought it would be an everlasting thing, that you would constantly fail, you would constantly get criticized, you would constantly do wrong. So they thought that this was gonna be something that you were gonna keep up. But when you started rising, when you started doing your own thing, when you started looking outside of the box, and you saw this person for who they were, they started to get angry, and they started to switch up on you, you know, even when you guys were friends, or whatever the case may be. This could be for a relationship, whatever. Just in my case scenario, this person was still doing you wrong, you know. Like, this person literally wanted to kill, steal, and destroy from you. They were stealing your mans. They were killing your dreams, killing your hopes, killing your vision. They were destroying your spirit, draining your spirit, and just doing all of these things just to seem like they had the upper hand, like they were the gods in your life trying to control you. They're mad at your riches because they thought that you would stay stagnant in that. They thought that you wouldn't rise above. They thought that you wouldn't grow, that you wouldn't evolve, that you wouldn't think outside the box. They thought all these things, and they were wrong. This whole time they were wrong about you. And right now, you're just proving to them how wrong they were. And you're just proving to them that that potential that they saw in you is rising up now. That potential is coming to pass in a way. They're like trying to figure you out and trying to do all of these things just to ruin your riches. You saw them for who they were, and now they're seeing you for who you are. And you're strong, intelligent, and God-fearing woman. You're all of these qualities that they would like to be. Because I remember this girl, you know, like, she used to see me struggle, like, for real. Like, she was seeing all of this firsthand, you know. It wasn't nothing new to her, and she was still trying to do me wrong. Every time I talked to a boy, she would, you know, somehow get his Instagram, his Facebook, whatever the case may be, and she just always did that. And I never understood why. Like, I will always feel like I was in competition with this girl, you know what I'm saying? Now that they're seeing that they can't be better than you, you know, like, even as much as they want to compete with you, secretly compete with you, or whatever the case may be, they're not better than you. Yes, they're talented, whatever the case may be, but they're not better than you. And you're not better than them. That's just real. We're just not perfect. You know, we're not Jesus. We're not God. So we're not perfect. None of us are. And these people have an ego and a pride that tell them otherwise. You know, they really believe their delusions, you know, and that's on them at the end of the day. But this is something serious that he brought to my attention, you know, because this dream was crazy. You know, she was just looking very guilty. And, you know, they're probably feeling guilty. They're probably feeling shameful. They're probably feeling like, dang, like, she could do this without me. Like, she could be happy and wholesome without me. Like, that makes people feel a type of way, because when you were around them, you were just being drained. You were just getting taken advantage of, being used. And they knew what they were doing, you know. And now that they see you happy, it's just like they don't like it, because they're not happy themselves, you know. And the thing about it is, when people see you rise above, and when people see you happier and healthier, like mentally and physically, or whatever the case may be, people hate that, because they would like to be a part of the journey, but in a bad way. You get what I'm saying? Like, they would like to be a part of the journey in a bad way. Like, they don't want to see you rise up. They don't want to see you winning. They don't want to see none of that, because at the end of the day, that would just mean that they're nobodies. And that's something that they fear the most, being a nobody, because something might have happened in their childhood where they might have felt like that. You know, something could have came about in their life that just happened, that made them feel a certain type of way. So now they're trying to make you feel how they felt, you know. And it's unfortunate that they're very inconsiderate and all of that. But right now, even my previous video, I said they're feeling the feelings of seeing your happiness. They're feeling the feelings of anger. They're feeling the feelings of envy, jealousy, hate, all of that. But they're also feeling shameful and guilty and just not being in peace. You know, they're feeling unsettled, because they override the bad between the truth. You know, like, they try to cover the truth with the bad, you know, because they don't want to own up to it. They don't want to own up to the things they've done. They don't want to own up to who they've been all this time. They don't want to own up to who they are, because then they have to face the fact that they might be this bad of a person. Because with a narcissistic person, you know, they actually believe that they're always in the right, and whatever the case may be. But you know, when you start really seeing who you are, when they start getting lonely, when they start, you know, having no one by their side, they could see themselves for who they are, you know, because they can't hide behind nobody. They can't hide behind the materialistic things. They can't hide behind none of that, because in the outside they might be a charming person, but they know themselves and they know who they are, and they can't fool themselves. They can't manipulate themselves. Like I said in my previous video, they can't manipulate themselves. They can't do it, because your own self is not gonna let you do it. You know, a person might let you manipulate them, you know, and your career might make you sense this type of superiority. So your fake mask cannot override who you really are. And this is why a lot of people are, you know, doing things and becoming cold-hearted. These people thought that you would not rise above, like that you wouldn't be on a better path. They thought that you were always gonna be, you know, a nobody. And that's the thing. The first shall become last, and the last shall become first. God says it. And you know, these people rely on their materialistic things and the people around them, and they see that you can actually be alone. They see that you can actually be alone and be joyful. They see that you can be in peace, that you can be in joy, that not everything has to be an argument. They see that you're not always complaining. They see the places you are going, and God gives them visions as well, you know. And even the devil might torment them with visions of you, saying like, why did you do this and all of that, you know, like the movies when somebody kills somebody and like they start fantasizing and dreaming and all of that of the person coming in their dreams, just asking them questions and torturing them. That's basically how it is in real life. Like God or the devil can give them dreams of you tormenting them in that type of sense. And you know, they see you because light shines so bright that it's like you're right there. Like even when they don't want to see you, they see you, you know. And it's just been that way for a while. They're feeling the feelings of guilt and all of that because they don't really know who they are. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do anything because of the fact that they're so lazy. They procrastinate. And the thing that I'm getting here right now in my spirit is that they're busy, but they're not productive. And what that really means is that, you know, they could have a job, they could be busy getting money or whatever, but they're not productive, you know, which means like they're not productively, you know, changing for the better, changing their mindsets, their negative patterns, their generational curses. They're not changing that, you know. They're not keeping busy with that, but keeping busy with their works and, you know, their careers and all of that. And that's why they're not happy, you know what I'm saying? So my basis is like busyness. You can be busy and still productive, but the basis is like they're not productive at all. And this is why they have a mindset of a 5-year-old. And their delusion, they really think that you have done something to them when all of that was done by them. You know what I'm saying? All of the betrayals, all of the hurts were done by them, you know. And they really think you were the one to blame. You were the cause for it all. And it kind of justifies them in a sense, because they don't, like I said, they don't want to feel it. They don't want to take accountability for it. They just want to lie, manipulate, and do all these evil things. And that's why nothing is going to come about in their life. No productivity. Like busyness is going to come about their life, but productivity, fulfillment, satisfaction through it, because of the fact that you're busy doing something that you don't really like. You're busy doing things that really serve no purpose to you, that aren't productive to you, you know. And the two go hand in hand, because you can really see the differences of busyness and productivity. Like for example, if you have a working mom who, is childish, and all of that. She's busy getting money to put on the table and all of that, but she's not productive in working out her relationship with her kids, or um doing better for herself, and not letting people get over her. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you got to look at it that way. And um you know when they see your productivity, they just compare it to their busyness, and it's just like, it doesn't compare, because your productivity actually makes you happy. It gives you joy, it gives you peace, it gives you tranquility. And their busyness just makes them angry, mad, and all of that. Like, if you get what I'm saying, then you get it. But you're rich in your good deeds. You're rich in who you are. You're rich in the kindness of your heart. You're rich inside. You're not rich in the physical, Just because you go through things, it doesn't give you the right to do whatever you want to do and say things however you want to say it, because you just never know. You never could run across real people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you have that real relationship, when you have that real friendship, why would you want to lose that? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's really what it is. And then there's self-sabotaging. They love to self-sabotage things. Like I just said, they ruin their friendships, they ruin their relationships, they ruin opportunities for themselves. And they see that you don't self-sabotage. Like, you think things through, you don't just do things. Like, they're just seeing all of your traits and just getting so angry because they're not rich in their traits. They're not fulfilled, or they're not satisfied in whatever they're doing. Their materialistic things, their career, they're not satisfied with none of. There's this girl that just recently committed suicide, and it's not to say that they're gonna commit suicide or whatever, but my point here is that you can have everything in the world and lose your soul, for real, because he says, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose your soul? So, like, you don't have to be famous or a celebrity to lose your soul. Like, people are literally losing their souls every day, and they're losing a battle as to which they cannot battle against, because they don't have that strength. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that you don't have the strength, but more so that you're probably not in that mindset to have the strength. Yeah, she was Miss Universe 2019, Chelsea Christ, and she just died like last week, 2 weeks ago, or something like that. And she had it all. She had three degrees. She won Miss USA 2019. She was a lawyer. She helped people. She did a lot, within her years, and she was so young at it as well. And it's just like, she wasn't fulfilled. She wasn't happy, because she had it all, but she didn't have that source of happiness, that source of unity. Like, something was missing. You get what I'm saying? And that's really why, from what I'm seeing, that she committed suicide. And not everyone is gonna commit suicide, but they're gonna feel the feelings, and these people are feeling the feelings because of the fact that they know they've done wrong. They know what they have done. They know this and that, and they know who they are, but it's just a matter of accountability with them. Their pride is just overrunning their blessings, in a sense. You get what I'm saying? So their pride is overrunning their blessings, and that's the self-sabotage part that I was talking about. And that's just how it is a lot of the times with these people. But God even says it, that a lot of people will grow cold-hearted. A lot of people will be lovers of their pleasures and themselves and all of this, and the list goes on. Lovers of evil, basically. And that's just what it is for this generation. And I'm not saying the generations were better back then, but this generation is something different. But we shall see what's gonna come about. But the verse that God gave me today is Proverbs 23:5. And I actually seen 235 like 2 times. I was like, oh, like, you know, every time I see a number consistently, I try to look up a verse. You know, I don't believe in astrology or numerology, but I do believe that God could use numbers and all of that. So, yeah, it says, cast but a glance at riches, and they are gone, for they will surely sprout wings and fly off to the sky like an eagle. A good job or business and its steady earnings can be here today and gone tomorrow. Be rich in good deeds. Wow. This was really a revelation, guys, and y'all have to take it because, Lord Jesus, I tell you, like, when I was dreaming this, I'm like, am I gonna be her, like, sugar mama? Like, it was just funny to me. Like, I'm not being serious, but it was just funny to me. I'm like, you know, guys, pray for your enemies because they're really going through it. You know, pray for your enemies because God knows once his wrath goes upon them, they're gonna suffer because of the fact of them not being unforgiven and them being bitter and angry and all of these things that, you know, has to do with their father, the devil, you know. And yeah, just pray for them. They're really gonna need it. You know, I don't like to see people going through it. I like to more so see people see me like rise above everything. At the end of the day, they just gotta pay their due, I guess, and that's just what it is. We all have, you know. That's really all I have for today. I'm praying that this word reveals something to you or helps you with whatever. I pray that this reveals something to you that you're currently facing or whatever. Yeah, you know, always spend that time with God. Always go to God. Check if this is for you. Spend that time with God to be renewed, to be refreshed. Because us prophets, we're just servants of God, giving a word or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And like, comment, and subscribe, because why not? Like I always say, be real, stay real, and be the realest, because once you are the realest, you cannot go back to the lies. So I'ma catch y'all until next time.